how many movies have you seen where the women have had a breakup or whatever it is, and they bring out the ice cream and eat it from the container? Our whole culture is steeped in sugar is the drug of choice. And we have to think of it as a drug because you often do feel better with sugar. But then there's alcohol, which is just sugar. So here's what we say: candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. Now, here's the problem with sugar. It feeds cancer. It feeds cellular inflammation. And it results in, now, we're talking about hormonal balance here. By the way, vitamin D is both a vitamin and a hormone. So it's a hormone. We're talking hormone balance there. But the other hormone is insulin. It's insulin, and high insulin levels are associated with cellular inflammation, and excess body fat is like having a factory for the wrong kind of chemicals, because it results in insulin resistance, and then sugar is stored in the body fat. We know that women who do I forget what it is, it might be up to like 5 hours of exercise a week, have a 70% lower risk of breast cancer, for instance. So these are all things that people can do to prevent cancer. But even, okay, so I want to talk for a minute about screening tests. I know that's not hormones, but one of the things that we know from years of study is that the mammograms have become, the high-res mammograms have become more and more and more sensitive. So we're picking up more and more ductal carcinoma in situ. This is not cancer. This is not cancer. The name needs to be changed to, someone suggested IDLE, indolent lesion of unknown significance. So a lot of women are getting overtreated. And Gilbert Welch was a professor at Dartmouth who did a lot of work at the VA hospital, and he wrote a book called Should I Be Tested for Cancer? Maybe Not. And here's why. And what he pointed out is that on autopsy, you often find people who had cancer but never knew about it. So he calls it things you would die with but not die from. That said, the research on new stuff is ever growing, but I just want to make sure that you don't get caught in that testing mill, where one of my friends who's a doctor, she called it surveillance fatigue. You just get to the point like, oh God, and then what happens is this, and I'll give you this anecdote. I had a patient come to see me once, and she said to me, my breasts are being taken care of at the Leahy Clinic. And I thought, I want you to just think about that statement, because your breasts need to be taken care of on your own chest. They are heart pillows. And by the way, I don't care if you've had a mastectomy. I don't care if you've had a hysterectomy. The perfect electromagnetic image of your body is always there. So in a way, you are and you aren't missing something. You haven't done irreparable damage. Women are often, very worried about that, but all of you is still there. Your soul is still there. You're still you. Okay. Sugar is in everything. So you got to start reading labels. The reason that we like French fries and ketchup, that Now, by the way, McDonald's used to make those French fries in lard, which was a good idea. I got to figure out how to make sweet potato fries, with coconut oil is good, by the way, coconut oil or the other oils, because it's really yummy. But if it's a trans fat, like a fast food place, and then ketchup, which is loaded with sugar, you've done the Bermuda Triangle, which is sweet fat. That's what a donut is, sweet fat. That's what ice cream is, sweet fat. So it's like you raise the insulin and then the blood sugar, and then it's stored as more fat. So the other thing is this: you don't want to get into these dangerous sugar substitutes, saccharin, aspartame, and sucralose. Okay, so aspartame is the blue packet. Sucralose is the yellow packet, and saccharin is the pink packet. At least now we have stevia available. So go with stevia. Or monk fruit is really good, or xylitol or allulose. You can make great stuff with these things. Really, really good. But what I would suggest for all of us, seriously, because we're talking prevention, do a 2-week program where you do not have any sweeteners. Just do it for 2 weeks. And then what you will find is that your taste buds will have readjusted. Because and also, by the way, there's chemicals added to our food. There are 2 chemical plants on some river down in New Jersey that are responsible for all the flavoring in food. And they make it so addictive, like you think about the Pringles, you can't eat just one. Well, there's a good reason for that. They have studied what your brain loves and what gives you a hit of dopamine. So there's 2 places in the body that need to be filled, and we get them mixed up. And one is the stomach and one is the heart. So when we need comforting, we have been taught in our culture to go to food. Oh, here you go, honey. Don't cry. We'll go get ice cream. Or here's a cookie. I'm as guilty of it as anybody on that one. So what it's important to do is sort out what your needs are. And we all need a sense of safety and security in the world, and a sense of knowing that we are loved. We all need that. Now, for the last 4 years in our culture, what has happened to humanity has been very traumatic. Very, very, it's almost like we have been battered. And so I don't care who you are, and I don't care what side you're on. It's been traumatic. Losing family, being told you can't come to Christmas, or being, or someone telling you can't come in this house. And wherever you are on that, bonds of affection, these family bonds have been cast asunder and broken. So our sense of safety and security in the world is what, for lack of a better word, wires in our immune system. Sense of safety and security wires in immunity and bone health, because the immune system is made in the bone marrow.